welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing a series, so I've got my scrap bit of yarn and I'm going to start by showing you how to do a slip knot. It is something I don't really cover in a lot of my videos and something that I feel is pretty important. So we're just using a worsted weight yarn. The slip knot goes for pretty much any project that you are going to come across is going to start with a slip knot. I have not found one yet that does not start with it. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully it helps you guys in the future. I use a two-handed method. I do not use a hook method. I don't understand that one. This is the easiest for me. But I do use my hook to tighten it down and get it gauged for my project. So if that helps you, I recommend it. Again, this is just a J hook for this project. It can be used with any hook. So to start it out, you take your working yarn, which is the yarn that you are pulling from, and you put it between your fingers. Then the part that's going to be your loop is going to go around your two fingers on the other hand, and you're going to hold the end piece between your pointer and your thumb, flip over the yarn, and pull through the working yarn. This will give you the ability to tighten it down without it coming loose, and it just locks it in place. So now your working yarn is ready to go. Again, we're going to take it, and if for some reason you put the working yarn there and the end piece through your fingers and pull the loop, again, you don't want to pull the end piece yarn through, and it can look a little complicated, but if you switch it around, you can still pull it through. And cinch it down, get it ready for your project. Now, another thing that you do have to worry about is left-handedness. There's not a whole lot of left-handed tutorials, and sometimes it can be a little bit harder, but if you go through the top and flip it over and then pull the yarn through the opening that you have, it is a lot easier to do so. And then you just use your hook and cinch it down. Sometimes there will be a longer tail if you don't hold the tail a certain way, and that's okay. You can always trim down the tail at the end. If you go from the bottom and flip it over, it's a little bit harder. So go from the top, flip it over, bring the yarn around, and then pull the loop through. You'll be able to see which one is which if you hold the yarn, where you can label it in your mind that each part is where it goes. And then you can bring it in and it is ready. Nice and secure. You don't have to worry about it falling off your hook or changing size or anything like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our working yarn and we are going to use that as kind of our end piece and put the end through, so that way I can show you that it does in fact slip and it'll come out because it isn't secured in there. So if you pull it, it will pull out. You'll keep having to readjust it. But another thing that you have to worry about with a loose hoop like this is whenever you start your project, you get into your chaining and say that you have a chaining count, but somehow the end gets pulled, you've lost 1 to 2 chains, and it throws your entire project off. So best bet whenever not doing a magic circle is to pull from your working yarn, and you won't have a problem with it slipping like this. Whenever we have it anchored and pulling the end piece doesn't cinch it in, but pulling the working yarn does, you'll be able to keep track of your project count a little bit easier than having to worry about if the tail is going to pull it in. See, there's no miscount, we still have 3. And it's very helpful to remember this whenever you are doing a project. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel.